Good morning, traders. This is an update on my swing trade with Splg. It's still going on. If you've seen my previous videos on this, you know I've been swing trading this thing for a long time. I think my last entry was at the beginning of April. So this is an update. This account started with $500 back toward the beginning of the year, but I've only taken a couple of trades with it because this is swing trading. And right now it's up at 523.60, which is pretty good for swing trading. So you could kind of see where we started. Actually, this doesn't go back that far. Let's go year to date. Yeah, so I deposited the money right at the beginning of the year, and then there were no trades to take until February. And, you know, just did a little bit of roller coaster riding here, but never really below $3 below my starting value. And the last month we've been oscillating between 520 and 525. So let's take a look at the actual trade now, and I need to update the order. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second because I'm following the 50 MA line for my stop loss. So this is where I entered way back here at 45.92, and that was at the end of March actually. And the plan was my original stop loss was the low of that candle until the price was trading above the 50 MA, and that happened immediately the next day. And then I started raising my stop up along the 50 MA line. And these things move pretty slow, so it takes a while even to get to break even, which was on April 9th. So I started the trade on March 25th. So by April 9th, roughly, I was break even. Then after that, every day after that is just adding to the potential profit of this trade. No matter what, at this point, this is going to be a green trade, so it's a great thing. And right now, this is where the stop loss is, and that's based on, let me pull this up on the big stock screen so it's a little bit easier to see. Let's go to the daily chart. Here we go. So this is the current day. I'll explain what all these lines are in a second if you don't know already from my previous videos. But the current day, if I hover over it and you look over here at the 50 MA, you can see that the price is 46.96, and this line represents my stop loss. So I'm moving my stop loss up to that point. But this of course I'm tracking with Webull, but the trade is actually with Chase because I'm trying to keep my day trades separate. So now I just need to go to order status, which let's see, where is that? Trade order status right here. And then what was the level that I'm at now? 46.96. So just go over to action, modify. So this is where it was yesterday and now today. Just going to change this to 46.96. Preview. So you can see I only have 5 shares with this, but this is a small account, $500, and I'm just test trading, test swing trading, I guess, because this is something kind of new for me. And let's go back to the chart. So that's updated. So now that's where my stop loss is, which I'm already up $1.04 per share. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, no matter what, this trade is going to end green at this point because my stop loss is right here for right now. And every single day it's going to move up with this 50 MA. And what all these lines are, if you haven't watched my previous videos, is I just did this kind of for fun and basically to show you that you're, modeling and averaging and all that kind of stuff based on what the stock or ETF in this case has done previously is not really going to be that helpful because I took the last 4 times that this thing came down and touched the 50 MA after, well, one of them is not a new high, but 3 times after making a new high, it came down and touched the 50 MA line, and then this time it kind of popped up, not making a new high, but came down and broke that 50 MA line again. So I kind of included that in a separate calculation here. But this green dotted line is the average of all of those times it came down and from the all-time high, right? So back here it made an all-time high, and I had these averages in place, and obviously it didn't follow that. It came down and then broke out through that pattern, through that model, and made new highs again. So right now we're at new highs and we're pulling back for now, but we don't know what the future holds. It's pulling back very nicely into this model, but it did that before and then it broke out. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Maybe this is the time where it does follow this model. And if that does happen and it hits my average or somewhere near it, I'll get stopped out around 47.35. So it'll be about $1.40, maybe $1.50 per share win. So either way, this is going to be a successful trade. And the cool thing about this is these are very easy trades to maintain. You know, just check it once a day. You figure out, you know, where the 50 MA is and adjust your stop loss, and that's it, and you're done. So this could be a really great way to trade for someone who is a little bit busier and you can't day trade. And SPLG follows the S&P 500. And the S&P 500, you know, historically is very stable. And the thing that I'm looking for in these trades is for the price to come down below the 50 MA and then get in for the reversal and follow this thing as long as it stays above the 50 MA, which if you go back in time, it does this very, very often. This was the big drawdown from the pandemic. And before that, you can see it still did that. You know, occasionally it does a little oscillating around the 50 MA, but there are plenty of opportunities to be in these trades for a very long time with this ETF. Looks like the chart just disappeared on me. All right, so let me know if you have any questions about this. The main idea I want to get across, you can see my trading plan right here. From the get-go, I had a plan and I stuck to it. I didn't just assume that this thing is going to break out above the 50 MA and keep running. I had my stop loss at the low of this daily candle. That way, if I got faked into this trade and it comes right down, you know, look what it's done before. Sometimes it comes way below the 50 MA, and then obviously for the pandemic, it came way lower than, so the 50 MA over here is $38. It came down, so $13 per share just in, you know, the matter of a month or so. So you should have a plan going into every trade, and no matter what, just stick to the plan. Take your stop loss when it gets hit. You can always get back in on the next entry, and then honor your profit target when that gets hit. Here in these swing trades, my profit target is a little bit ambiguous because it's based off of the 50 MA line, but you can see by moving my stop up along with that, I am honoring my profit target because as soon as it gets hit, I will be out of the trade. All right, so let me know if you have any questions about this or any other trades you see me take. As always, take your stop losses no matter what, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.